What's going on, y'all? You know who it is. Y'all know. It's me, your boy Larry B. Bring it to you right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. That's right, y'all. Tonight is the first installment of many in our brand new podcast series. Something completely new, but interesting. Yet necessary? Don't want to get too philosophical. But I do want to say something. This is going to be exciting. Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wanted to host a podcast? Have you ever thought maybe your podcast could be the next big thing? Have you ever thought that people would even listen to you? Well, tonight, we're going to get a little deep. We're going to have some fun. We're going to talk some theories. We're going to talk the reasons why you might just want a freaking podcast. It's going to be some good times, y'all. For the next hour, you can join me right here, your boy Larry B, on IE Sports Radio to talk a little bit about podcasting. Where has it come from? What has the internet done to broadcasting that has revolutionized it forever? We are going to get into all the good stuff. We're going to get into 5 lessons of what in the world you should even do to make a podcast relevant. And, of course, a couple effective strategies. We're going to recap it all. And then I'm going to go ahead and funnel you on over to a place that'll be popping coming up pretty soon, y'all. iSports Radio. You.com. With that said, y'all, welcome. I am your instructor for today. That's right. Get used to that. I'm just kidding. I am your instructor for today, of course. This is me, your boy Larry B. Bring it to you live, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. What's going on, y'all? What's going on, peeps, all my fam? How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you're doing a great job. We hope you're doing great because we're going to have ourselves some fun tonight, as I mentioned, y'all. We have so much to get into in so little time. Thank you to everybody, by the way, for tuning in because this is going to be a lot of fun. I already got some people up in the chat room. I already got everything seems to be coming up here. So what's going on, Taryn? By the way, y'all, one of my right-hand men here at IE Sports Radio, man, Mr. Taryn Rodriguez. Check out his comment right there. If you want to comment, hey, if you got some questions, this is a class, y'all. Class is in session. So let's go ahead and take some questions whenever you feel inquisitive and let me know what you think and how you feel about all the good stuff we got going on here. So first things first, y'all, let's go ahead and just jump into this thing. Welcome, y'all, because this is something new. This is actually a part of my capstone project for my master's. As some of you do know, I will be graduating in a couple of weeks. Thank you, God. Unfortunately, not the way I would like to. Thanks, COVID. But I'll tell you something. It's going to be pretty sweet to know that, I'm finally on my way to my doctorate. I'm really excited for my dissertation coming up. I'll be starting in January at Regent University. But as I always say, y'all, always a Lancer. Once a Lancer, always a Lancer. Lance up. However, I will forever be a Lancer. But hey, I'm getting ready to be a Royal, and I'm so excited for this, y'all. Very great opportunity, and I'm really excited. So this is a part of my project that I'm doing, and it's really exciting. This is a really cool way of a capstone that CBU has, I believe, dabbled with for a couple of years, and I'm really excited that I get to be a part of this. So first things first, y'all, what is IE Sports Radio U? Well, here we go. First and foremost, IE Sports Radio U is going to be a brand new spinoff. No, it is not going to be talking sports. We're actually going to be talking podcasting, y'all. We're going to be getting into, once again, what the do's, the don'ts, all kinds of good stuff. It's all just opinion. At the end of the day, that's what it really is. It's all opinion. It's all what you, the listener, would take into consideration to be something that's actually useful for you starting your podcast. So like I told you, everything here today may be useful information to somebody. It may not be so useful to somebody else. Overall, this information is going to be very, I want to say it'll be useful to those who are going to be starting up. Maybe for those who are already experienced in the field and are getting things going, well, maybe you can pick up a few things. But I'll tell you right now, I just got to go ahead and tell everybody, y'all, of course, hey, all glory to God. Let's go ahead and get that. Let's go ahead and get that straight, y'all. That's right. All glory to our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. For without him, nothing is possible. That's right. And of course, big ups to all of you listeners out there who make this thing happen. IE Sports Radio wouldn't exist if it wouldn't be for y'all. And of course, IE Sports Radio, it wouldn't be helping anybody if it wouldn't be for y'all in the first place. So I just want to say thank you all from the bottom of my heart for tuning in to all of our shows for the last 6 years. And tonight we're going to share a couple of the secrets that has kept IE Sports Radio going, alive and well and strong for the last 6 years. We're on a march right now, y'all. We are doing our thing. We will be, we are doing our series, geographical series, and we're going to be pulling in cities. We already got a Houston show. We got our Chicago show already. We got our Southern California sports show. We are just going to chomp away at all the cities. So we're going to be all over the place, y'all. And it's going to be awesome because we have tons of shows. We have over 20 shows now, almost over 30 people part of IE Sports Radio. This thing began as something so small. I jumped on not this platform on Spreaker, but on Mixer.com, nervous as can be to talk sports for an hour. And what happened? It turned into this. All right. We are nationwide. We're listened to around the world. One of our biggest fans, man, Yukio Udema, man, big ups to you, brother. He is in Japan. Yes. He was the first person ever inducted to the IE Sports Radio Hall of Fame. How awesome, right? I'll tell you right now, we have some amazing listeners. I have some amazing colleagues, amazing peers, and we have just an amazing group of people at IE Sports Radio. So, like I said, tonight is going to be an installment, one of many, because though it's my capstone project for my master's, this is actually going to be pretty neat because I want this to be something that all of us get into eventually. All of my peers at IE Sports Radio can do these videos and, give their thoughts and opinions on the do's and don'ts, teaching lessons. This is a lot of fun, y'all. Of course, me personally, I will be a professor soon. I'm really excited for that. I will be jumping aboard somewhere, and I know that it's going to be awesome to finally be able to deliver my brand of teaching the way I like to do things and keep everybody interested in that certain type of way. Maybe it's something that's not too interesting. So communications is an awesome field, y'all. It is an awesome field. And the best part about communications is one of the best phrases I've ever heard is you cannot not communicate. And it's so true. Think about this. If you're sitting there in a classroom, professor walks in, we're just, everyone's just hanging out. Body language, y'all. The professor doesn't have to know anything about you. Professor doesn't have to know really anything about any of his students, previous or new students. It says it all. If you're slouched down in your chair, if you're, making paper airplane, if you're just, on your phone, it says a lot. Does that speak volumes for everybody? No, but it just says a lot. If you're talking to somebody and you're like really hyper and jumpy and you can't stand still, well, maybe you have to, go to the bathroom, or the big chance that you're actually really interested in that person's, what they have to say. If you're just bored and you're just kind of taking breaths, you're just not into it. Ladies and gentlemen, that is communication. Those are signs, okay? And it's really, really neat to think that signs can tell so much. One of my favorite things, and I'm going to bring up traditions tonight. I am such a tradition guy in the field of communications, and one of my favorite things to talk about is, of course, the 7 traditions of communications. So in the semiotic tradition, you have things like that, like signs and giving off different types of feels. So tonight we're going to get into that a little bit too, of how you can actually give off a feel for your very own podcast by just what you do. So you'll see, y'all. This is pretty neat. And we got a lot of different types of things we're getting into tonight. So anyway, with that said, y'all, let's get on into it. So first and foremost, y'all, a little bit about me, a little bit about IE Sports Radio, and a lot about IE Sports Radio U, and what our purpose is. So first and foremost, as I mentioned, a little bit about me. I'm your boy Larry B. That's who I am. And I think a lot of you have known that for a while, listening to IE Sports Radio. For some of you who don't, well, welcome, and jump on over to IE Sports Radio. I got a show tomorrow right here, talking sports on the defining moment. Lots of awesome stuff, y'all. We got lots of things that we get on into in IE Sports Radio in the sports world. And that's pretty much about it. Me, I'm just an aspiring young professor. I say young loosely, just kidding. But I'll tell you right now, this has been, well, at least somebody left. Regardless, I'll tell you right now, this has been a great journey for me, and IE Sports Radio has brought forth some of the most amazing things that I could imagine, including a great amount of people who have really bought into this and who have gotten into this. So overall, what is IE Sports Radio U all about? okay. As we know, iSports Radio is what I just explained. It is something that snowballed from me being in 2014 on May 15th, 2014, all the way until now. Something that snowballed and turned into this awesome, and I'm talking about absolutely awesome platform that we have at iSports Radio. Now, guess what? It has snowballed and blossomed into this amazing thing. And well, now we're just going to take a little a little bit of a sidestep and maybe help out some others. Why are we doing that? Are we trying to say that we're like the greatest podcasters ever? No, I'm just trying to help out those because I've been helped by some great people. If Ben Sutter the third is listening right now, man, my boy of BS3 Radio, that man has helped me so much put together. Get here on Spreaker for those of you who are listening on Spreaker.com right now. Yeah, it has done a lot. I've benefited so much from listening to others experiences, what they have gone through and what they have given. I can tell you right now, I have learned so much from those professors, people just in life, overall experiences. You can learn so much, y'all. So I'm really excited to be able to give my knowledge and what I've learned to maybe those of you who may want to jump into a podcast and think that, some of you out there may have dabbled with the idea like, hey, I want to do a podcast. It'd be so cool to do a podcast on, I don't know, child development. Something that's really, really cool. Some people would like to get into something that could be something, like it's like a overall, it's like a chat. Think about it. You start a podcast, and before you know it, you start developing a fan base. People that want to talk to you, want to speak to you about what you're doing. That is the coolest thing, right? And listening in, jumping on the comments like we have today with people in the comments. Overall, I think it's really, really neat that we have that. So my biggest thing is we have this opportunity now. Podcasting is insane. We're getting to the background a little bit, but I'm just saying, iSports Radio is this going to be a tool? I'm sorry, iSports Radio U is going to be a tool. It is our very own university. Yes, we're unaccredited, but who cares? We are a brand new university, and guess what? We are going to be talking some podcasting. We'll eventually get to audiovisual. We're going to eventually get to all over the place, but we will be talking a whole bunch of podcasting, and it's just going to be really exciting to talk with all of you about what opportunities podcasting can even do or can give. So let's go ahead and move it on in, y'all. Class is in session. Yeah, every time you walk into a classroom, you got to get this introduction. It's 13 minutes so far, but you got to get it right. Everyone's got to get the introduction. Well, there it is. A little bit, with me, nothing's really brief. I try my best, but my girlfriend would tell you that I'm not very brief with any stories I tell or anything like that. But I'll tell you right now, this is a interesting idea tonight that we're going to get into, and that of course is podcasting as a whole. Why are we doing this? Why is everyone jumping into podcasting? Why is everyone feeding into the fad? Is it a fad, and is it here to stay? Why is podcasting so convenient? Or I just gave that away. But why is podcasting so relevant? We're going to get into all that tonight. So let's go ahead and jump on into it, y'all. First things first, the podcast. Why is it significant? Well, I don't know. Maybe because if I wasn't using my smartphone right now, as we see, we use those for everything. Yeah, a smartphone. Okay, think about it. You have this nice little, neat little smartphone. Okay, this little box that consumes our lives. Guess what? This little thing right here, this neat little box, okay, that doesn't even have buttons no more. You just press the dang thing. Well, it does on the sides, but regardless, depending on what kind of phone you have. Regardless, this little box that we take around all over the place, okay, everywhere. Guess what we do with it? Put it in our pocket, and we also do everything else with it, okay? We talk on it, okay? We text on it. We have every social media platform we could on it. Or you can just, develop an entire podcast platform and do live chats like this on it. I'm just saying the possibilities are, I want to say endless, but my gosh, they are pretty on these things right now. Modern day technology is incredible. So what is the big deal about podcasting? Think about this. Why on God's green earth is podcasting so significant? Well, if you think about it, the biggest part is I would have to say convenience. There is nothing better for everybody right now than convenience or at all than convenience. Convenience is like the way of the world right now. Think about this, or it has always been. It's always been this way. Humans are dying for convenience. Well, how do you get somewhere? You walk. What happens? They invented the freaking wheel. You roll. You see what I mean? You get there faster. That's what happens. You want, you think, you do, and now you have a different path. It's like dimensions. Think about that. 3D. You have 1, 2, and 3. We don't have 4 yet, but think about that. We have these different dimensions. Well, why are they there? Because that's all we know. Are there more dimensions? Beats me. See what I mean? We don't have to leave that other part to a mystery, though, because when it comes to podcasting, it's like it's very transparent. You can actually see, right through it. Okay. The best part is it just depends on if somebody wants to listen or not. So the background of podcasting is very simple. Radio began how long ago? My gosh, we're looking at a little ways, y'all, like nearly, my gosh, about almost 100 years. It's been around for a while. You think about radio and you think about what has it done? Well, what does radio do? How does radio make anything? How is radio relevant? Okay. How is broadcasting relevant? Well, because you can experience something that you're not in front of. If you think about it, that's really cool, because it's like a sign. Of course, they're radio waves. We're going back to the semiog tradition in communications, and we're thinking to ourselves, well, think about this. We have this thought of, okay, well, there's a game going on right now, right? And it's in Chicago. I'm not in Chicago. I'm in California. Well, if I want to watch the game, I just have to, back in the day, I can turn on the radio. If the signals came that far, and if we could actually tune in to a radio station, okay, maybe not Chicago, but I'm saying, a lengthy ways. Okay, that's more like television. But regardless, let's just say, there's a game in LA, a Laker game, and I don't have a TV. So what do? I turn the radio station on, and hey, listen to my Lakers play. Okay, television. I can just turn it on and watch a game in Chicago right now. Guess what? You have this amazing tool that is going to connect you, okay, one person or however many people, to someplace else that is nowhere near them. Really neat, right? Well, you think about that same exact concept with something like podcasting. Well, the internet blew everything up. Okay, the internet's been around for quite some time. Like this, literally the 1960s, even the 50s, there were the earliest forms of it. I'm not going to get into that history. It was long and drug out and kind of boring. Regardless, in the 90s is where it kaboom. Okay, it came out. And the 90s absolutely did the dang thing. Okay, the internet revolutionized everything. Okay, so here we are looking at this small little snippet. Okay, the small little snippet of history, and it's the internet. The internet. I mean, do you guys remember this? I mean, I was little, but do you remember that, y'all? Like signing in, like doo doo doo, like the dial up and all. Y'all remember that nonsense? Well, here we are now, broadband. You don't need a telephone line. Well, you do need a telephone line, but you know what I mean. Like you don't need multiple lines and all this. Like this is so neat where we've come, and this has only been about 25 years since since the internet has really been at its strongest, I believe. Okay, so we think about this awesome tool that we have now, the internet, to send this email. We have an email and we're going to send it to somebody around the world. Okay, how neat is it that I can get to them in seconds? Now, social media. Think about how powerful social media is. Social media is probably one of the most powerful outlets you can ever get your hands on. I want to say help, but a lot of my colleagues and myself helped build IE Sports Radio to what it is on Twitter, y'all. On Twitter. We jumped on Twitter and I reached out to people and I was like, hey, what do you think about podcasting? Whatever. And guess what? I talked to them. We talked some football. We talked some other sports. And guess what? They wanted to host podcasts and here we are. Boom. So here we are from coast to coast, California all the way to the East Coast. And guess what? We have ourselves an awesome platform. How do we do it? The internet. We pull it together through the internet, and now we have an awesome set of shows and lots of great things going on. I only know like maybe one person or two people actually in person that are actually in IE Sports Radio. The rest of them, the other 20 some people, they're awesome people. I'm honored to call them some of my best friends that I know, and I have never met them one time. That is the power of social media and the internet. So if you think about that, it can do great things like that, right? Okay, so if you think about the significant or the background of podcasting, radio, okay, you start out with a radio that began just, shooting things to everybody surrounding it, okay? And now you have television, of course, that branches out everywhere, which gives you the outlet of being able to walk something across the country or around the world. And now we have this thing called podcasting. Well, what is a podcast? Think about this. You have a simple file, okay? It's either live, or right now some of you are listening live. Thank y'all for tuning in, by the way. I see y'all. And of course, you have some who aren't live. Okay, regardless, you either upload your file and put your RSS feed, and boom, out it goes to all these different places that you have destinations for your podcast. Or guess what? You go ahead and do it live, like right now, and it's transmitting to everywhere, tuning in. If you click this link, you tune in and you're hearing the show. There you are. So think about that. It is the power of being able to be face to face, or even to have somebody's sell someone's ears, or to bring someone's ears in to your actual broadcast. This is the power of podcasting, y'all. And the best part is guess what? We're going to take it all full circle now. That little box, the little box we were talking about earlier, the little smartphone we have in our pocket. Guess what? The smartphone that I'm broadcasting on right now, guess what? It's in your pocket. Where do you take your phone? Well, pretty much wherever you want to go. Guess what? The podcast will follow. This is why radio state or big TV stations want their podcasts. This is why. These are all significant things. If the podcast continues on this road, which I believe it will, they will be huge if they aren't already. So you have this incredible concept of a podcast, this audio file that is either live and being recorded into an audio file, or an audio file that is uploaded into an RSS feed. And guess what? People will listen to it wherever. That is, how sweet is that? Think about that. Think about how significant that is. You can talk to the world, okay? I can talk to the world right here in my home, and I can talk to the world. That is podcasting. And that is how significant it is. And what happens? It's all convenience. You can take it with you. You can put it on. You can be taking a shower, put the volume on high, and put it on your counter. And guess what? Boom, you got the podcast playing. You could be making dinner, podcast is playing. You could be running, podcast is playing. You could be working out, podcast is playing. You could be literally doing pretty much anything. Put on the podcast, and there you are. At the same exact time, podcasting is so significant because people just get tired of the norm, the people on TV, the people who so-called experts and everything. No diss on them, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's a fresh new take. Some people really, they don't need that big fancy degree. They don't need all that. They can just be a very basic, form of, well, this is what I think of this. And you know what? Some people will eat it up like a bowl of Cheerios, okay? And other people will be like, well, this sucks. Not everybody's gonna like you. That's just the way of the world, right? Regardless, though, podcasting has that ability to reach all those vast audiences. So that right there is a little background significance on the fact that podcasting is rather significant in our day and age. So first things first, I want to talk about this real quick, because this is pretty big, okay? Self-exposure and opportunities in podcasting from all sides. Okay, that's literally what podcasting is. It is self-exposure. For anybody who has a YouTube channel, for anybody who has done podcasting or has like an Instagram account, well, guess what? You have now this audience. People can like you and get into what you do. How sweet is that, to know that you can literally conduct your own audience? There is a dark side to this, where some people just are starving for that. I'm not going to say it's necessarily a dark side, but it can be overwhelming. I have seen that in the past, and it's kind of tough. It's like people handling fame. Some people just crack, and it happens. Regardless, though, this is pretty sweet to think that overall opportunities of podcasting, though, what it can do for you. Think about this. How cool is it to know that, like, Van Halen, I think they were discovered the place that I'm so happy I got to play. Big shout out to my old band in high school, Ottomans. But I'll tell you what, it was awesome playing at the Whiskey A Go Go back in my freshman year of college. That's the same stage that Van Halen got discovered on, y'all. Think about this. How cool is it that they were just playing there one night, and all it took were the right set of ears? That's it. That's all it takes. You don't need to have this big fancy degree in music. You don't need any of that. It's the right set of ears. That's all it is. If the right set of ears hears you, if the right set of eyes sees you, whatever it may be, guess what? There's a big possibility that can unlock so much in your life that can change it forever. So think about this. Podcasting from all sides, okay? First things first, we have, of course, the podcast. You develop it, you make it, boom, throw it out there. There it is. All it takes is the right set of ears, right? Or maybe even the right set of eyes if you're live streaming like this. But check this out. How neat is it to know that podcasting as a person's perspective, okay, right here, me, this guy, okay, I'm podcasting, yay, blah, 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 I'm talking sports, I'm having fun, whatever, and Fox emails me, and they're like, hey, we like you, you want to set up a Zoom meeting? Like, what? See what I mean? Like, it's instantaneous. People know what they're looking for, okay, in professions, and all it takes is that brief moment of yay or nay, that's all it is. If the right set of ears, the right set of eyes can find you, discover you, they can make you. Unfortunately, it can also be breaking as well. Once again, like I said, because the fame gets some people, or just some people just don't have it. And we're going to talk about it in a little bit here. But regardless, we got ourselves a little comment here. I'll tell you right now, this right here is the real deal. Taryn, man, thanks once again, y'all. And hey, jump in, y'all. Jump in here. I will throw your comment up here. If you guys have questions, once again, get at me. That's what this is all about tonight. So Taryn says here, surround yourself with people who care for you, who support your idea, and who is willing to help you expand. And that's really the big deal, y'all. That is huge. Because why? Why wouldn't you want to do that? You need your network. You need people who actually give a crap. You need people who actually want to give you that time in the time of day. But see, those are the ones who can help you get that big start. But at the end of the day, you want to develop a vast audience, right? Once again, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the it factors in a little bit. But regardless, this is huge. This is big stuff, and it's true. Surrounding people. I'm going to tell you right now, my father, may he rest in everlasting peace, he used to always tell me, it's the company you keep. If you hang out with a bunch of people who are doing the wrong thing, you're probably going to be doing the wrong thing. If you hang out with good, positive people who are doing the right thing, you're probably going to end up being a good, positive person who's doing the right thing. Wow, that was that's a brain buster. that's some rocket science, right? But it's true. So it's the same thing with podcasting. If you surround yourself with people who are doing the same thing as you and who are trying to promote you and who are trying to do that. Once again, I'm going to bring up Ben Sutter III again. Y'all, Ben Sutter III, BS3 Sports. Check him out. BS3 Radio. Awesome guy. He's helped iSports Sports Radio a lot. He's helped me out get things going on 2016, transferring over to Spreaker and a lot of awesome stuff. But I'll tell you what. He says it too. I love it on his podcast. He always likes to say, if somebody does podcasts, support them. It's something they're probably passionate about. And it's true. I couldn't agree more. So if you have passion about something, then show it. That's going to be in the it factor later on. We're going to get to that in the 5 lessons. But regardless, let's go ahead and jump back onto this, because I'll tell you right now, this is big. So significance self-exposure from all sides, or opportunities from all sides. We have here self-exposure. Me getting out. Me getting my product, my podcast, I guess we just want to call it product, me getting all this out to everybody. Okay, if this is my deal, if this is what I want to do, then that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to have fun doing it, and I'm going to get my idea out there. I'm going to get my thoughts, my everything, right? Okay, and how about everybody else? Well, how do you get popular? How do you get your name out there? How do you make money? Because some people are really concerned with, not concerned, because I understand if you're going to give time, if you're going to put time into something, well, hey, you know, definitely time is money, and I understand that. Okay, especially in today's day and age, I understand that. So overall, guess what? Podcasting in all sides. You have the person who's putting it out there, and you also have people who can sponsor, the people on the other side. Don't think for 1 minute, okay, that Coke back in the day, okay, Coca-Cola, didn't know that I Love Lucy wasn't one of the single largest, greatest ever TV shows of all time. Don't think that they didn't know, okay? Don't think, oh, well, let's just try and put commercials. No. I forgot was it CBS? I don't know. But whatever station I Love Lucy was on back in the 50s, you better believe that those companies were trying to put money into those time slots. Well, I mean, think about this, y'all. Think about this. If you Super Bowl Sunday, you need go no further, all right? Well, you see some of the craziest, funniest commercials, sometimes lame, but you see these commercials, right? And how much do they spend? Tons of money for advertisements. Why? Because buy our dang product. Why? Because buy it. Okay, that's all there is to it. Hey, we made you laugh, so go buy our product. Haha, it's a funny little, like, oh, it's a, who knows, whatever it is. But go buy a Coke. That's the main deal. And you get this type of marketing, okay? Well, in all realms, you get the same deal from podcasting, okay? Because once people realize that, oh, okay, this person's podcast is taking off. Well, we better get an ad in there. Yeah, you better. Yeah, we need to get an ad in there. Yeah, hey, this person's podcast is really, hey, we need to or email. Hey, we need to talk to you, or we're reaching out to offer some sponsorship opportunity or whatever. Think about it, and it really does happen. YouTubers get it all the time. It's called monetization. Okay, and you are going to be able to do great things if you get that amount of people. And once again, people can make tons of money on podcasting, but once again, it's from all sides. You have to understand that the opportunities are in all directions. They're on the opportunity of the person, or no, sorry, the opportunity is in the person, okay? The person like myself doing the podcast, and it's also in business, because business can also do lots from this. Business, it just goes in a big circle. Business will eat this up. Like I told you earlier, y'all, eat it up like a bowl of Cheerios. Okay, I'll even go further. Okay, in front of the TV, watching cartoons on a Saturday morning. All right, I'm just saying, that like you didn't do it when you were little. Anyway, I'm gonna tell you right now, that's how it goes. That's exactly how it goes. So what feeds one will benefit the other, will benefit this one, will feed the other. It just goes in a big circle. Okay, maybe that didn't come out so right, but whatever. But regardless, you get it, right? So podcasting can actually be the car that takes you there, in both ways. For the person, to take them to maybe where they want to go with their career. And also for all of the big companies. The big companies, well, all they want is more money, right? I mean, hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I respect your hustle. But what do they want? More exposure. If you get more exposure for somebody who's giving you that exposure, they're going to kick down. That's all there is to it. So we can see this, okay? Also opportunities from all different sides, okay? And and I'll tell you right now, I'm gonna put this up right now from Taryn. Taryn put another comment on here, and I'll tell you what, the PR side of this is huge. iSports Radio's PR department, including Taryn, he's the head of it, but it's pretty big. And this is actually a very smart thing here. So he put PR is also important. My guest from Set Point a couple weeks ago said the kids from the high school that he worked for promote through social media so that their students show up at their events. That's really cool. But see what I mean? Like, Taryn, by the way, does host Set Point, our volleyball show at iSports Radio. But see what I mean? Like, it's just simple little things, y'all. Simple little things that can, a tic-tac little tiny thing will blow up. And see, that is the coolest thing ever, to think that the smallest little things can make something so vast, right? So great job there, Taryn, and thanks for putting that in there. But once again, y'all, hey, we gotta get some more people in the chat room, y'all. We gotta get some more people getting the comments up there and everything. So jump on it. I know. And by the way, I am aware. I don't know why. This is weird, but the last time I checked this, I tried really hard for to get the comments, and I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. But I saw a bunch of people on Facebook, and I didn't get any comments from last time, so I'm so sorry about that. And if you're putting comments right now on Facebook Live and I'm not getting them, my apologies. I don't know what happened. Taryn's on YouTube, by the way, so I don't know why the Facebook one. I maybe have to switch over. I don't know how that works, but my apologies also. I'm only getting the YouTube comments right now, but apparently, but hey, go ahead, shoot me a comment, see what you think, or see if it reaches me. If not, going over to YouTube, the YouTube stream, iSports Radio, and just type in iSports Radio, scroll down, you probably see this live stream, click on it. Give me some love, y'all. Give me something. So, all right. So with that said, let's go ahead and move on over to this right here, which is pretty sweet. These are the effective strategies, and this is just for what works for me. It may not work for you. It might not. I play football. I do my thing. I've been playing for a while now, over a decade, and I'll tell you what. I always say, when you work out, every body is different. Literally. I mean, everybody too, but everybody is different. You're not gonna, some people gain muscle way faster. Some people burn fat way faster. Some people will benefit way more from this workout, from this lift, than from this lift. And some people will swear on this lift over here and say this lift sucks. But this person over here maxed out like 500 pounds on their bench from doing this. See what I mean? So it's like, it just depends. Okay. But these are what I think. These are some of my biggest tips, some of my biggest hints, and some of the biggest things that have worked for me. Okay. So overall, let's go ahead and jump on into the 5 lessons that I feel is significant in podcasting. All right. So first things first, be confident. My gosh, this is like the first rule of anything ever in the history of ever. I mean, come on, y'all. Seriously, this is not hard. This to me is probably the biggest thing you can ever do for yourself. One of the biggest things, okay, not the biggest, but one of the biggest things you can ever do for yourself ever is to believe in yourself and to be confident. It's that's really all it is, y'all. So my perspective of this is just knowing that you're gonna do good. Who goes into a game saying we're gonna lose? I mean, okay, we're gonna lose today. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't care who you're playing. Like, it is what it is. No one does that. You need to be confident and to know that you're going to do really well and that your show or whatever it is going to succeed. Your numbers may not be the biggest. Who cares? Guess what? Keep trying. Keep getting out there. Use PR, like how Taryn was saying. You know, do marketing. If you're all by yourself podcasting, you don't have a big fancy network, then do something. You know, use an effective strategy for you that builds your confidence. Well, what helps me? My numbers. Duh, it makes anybody confident, right? Well, then get numbers. It's not hard. You can build your own numbers. Tell people, hey, tune in. Hey, I'd really appreciate it if you listen. You know, hey, however you want to do it. It's just confidence is key. You need to be confident to be able to push these things out. I'll tell you right now, y'all, there are so many times where I had this many listeners and it sucked. It sucked. Okay, my very first podcast ever on Mixer.com back on May 15th, 2014. I only had a few listeners, but they were my people from high school and people that I knew on Facebook because I put the link on there. And I put a couple I put a link on Twitter and a couple people listen there too. Guess what? No big deal. I kept on going, and I kept on going, and I kept on going. And it's awesome to think now how many listeners we have. But even to this day, we have a show where it's not that good. Well, not that, I'm going to say not that good, but the listeners, this is not many. What am I going to do? Oh, I'm just going to stop podcasting because I just, I'm not confident anymore. I lost my confidence. I don't get listeners anymore. That makes no sense because you need to continue. If you're not confident of your product, then who else is going to be excited for you? And we're going to get into like a second version of that coming up. So confidence is key, y'all. If you're going to podcast, be confident. Okay, that's the biggest thing. You need to be confident. You need to literally know that your show is going to do good. And even if it doesn't do good, you still need to know that it's going to do good. It's not lying to yourself. You're just telling yourself, hey, I can do this. I can put on a great show. I can do great things. So watch me. And it may take a little bit, but keep working. Keep working at it. You can do it, okay? So the next thing is content. This is a big thing for me because content, okay, I won't ever say that quality isn't important because, lesson number 3, I guess the spoiler alert, is quality, okay? Quality is huge, okay? But these two kind of go together because content, I wouldn't ever say quality over content or content over quality. They kind of feed off of each other. But my biggest thing is look, me personally, a show may kind of suck, like because the quality is like just like there's people talking in the background and you got, I don't know, dogs barking and doors shutting and maybe it's like, I wish I had like a paper like staticky or whatever it is. Okay, it can get annoying. I get it. And some people are just like, oh, I don't want to hear that. Whatever. Okay, well, whatever. You could be missing a really good show. Does that make an excuse for bad quality? No, okay? But overall, this is actually going to help you, okay? Because content, some people can push that aside. Not everybody will. Is it a bad thing to have bad quality all the time? Yes. But is it a bad thing to have every once in a while if things just aren't going your way? Or okay, no, let's not even go there. Let's just go to, hey, I want to start a podcast, Larry B, but my computer isn't that good. I don't know if I can get a new one. Well, then do what you have. Use what you have. Well, the quality's not that great. Okay, well, maybe use your phone. But try it. Try it and just see what happens. See people like it, listen to it, and get more into it. The content, y'all, is huge. If you can bring somebody in with your content, it is big. As a college student, okay, in my undergrad, I remember hearing that a hook is huge. I think I've ever heard this in high school, as a matter of fact. The hook. When you write a paper, the hook is one of the biggest, most important things. The very beginning of the paper, You put something in amazingly like, whoa, you want to pull somebody in. Well, guess what? You got somebody's attention. Now, don't mess it up. Keep it. So my overall thoughts of this are very simple. If you can give a good, strong pool or get a good, strong pool on whoever's listening to you with good content, the quality can be a little bit off. I'm not going to ever say that there's a pass for bad quality, but I will tell you right now, your quality doesn't have to be studio perfect if you have really good quality, okay? And that's all there is to it. I mean, I started out with not the best quality, and I don't really have the best quality now, but I get listeners. Why? Because people like the content I generate. And I have, which we're going to get into a little bit, opinions and everything like that. But overall, so content and quality kind of go hand in hand. So quality is huge. You need quality, okay? You need it. You're not going to, like I told you, you can't have a million dogs barking in the background and gosh dang Christmas movies on and jingle bells playing and doors slamming and the oven is on and the kitchen ringer is dinging and you get what I'm saying, right? You need quality. And quality doesn't necessarily mean like, oh, my microphone has to be perfect on today's broadcast. No, man. Like, you don't need that nonsense. You need something that works. That's all there is to it. All right. You don't need a dang Cadillac. A simple little Toyota Corolla will get you somewhere the same exact way. But you want the caddy, don't you? They'll go get the caddy. See what I mean? But at the end of the day, it's not going to do much more. It's going to get you from point A to point B, and it's going to be great. It may not be the best, it may not be the Cadillac, but gosh dang it, it's going to help you. So you see what I mean? Like, you may not be able to afford the caddy just yet. Regardless, though, quality will do a big thing. And like I told you, quality is a big thing. Don't be... You hear that? You hear that? It's annoying, isn't it? I keep doing it. It's annoying, huh? Are you getting annoyed? I'm getting annoyed. When you hear somebody clicking on the keyboard doing a podcast, like, dude, stop that nonsense. It's like, okay, like, I get it, but the simple little things. If you got to clear your throat, okay, like, but okay, and I do that a lot too. Making sure I always have my water and everything with me. But regardless, the small little things that'll like just turn somebody off. You can't have that. You can't have the keyboard clicking and, like I said, all kinds of background noise and everything happening. Some people may not have the escape to get away, and that's okay. But if you can, please do. It can help your show. So those are two things that I feel are very, very, very serious to be taken. Because if you can have good content and pull somebody in, at least have decent enough quality to make them want to listen and to at least bring in their ear to listen for a little longer or however long, guess what? You kind of help, you've gained a listener. You may have them come back next week or whenever you do your show again. It's a possibility. So that's really my overall thoughts on this, y'all. You got to make sure you have both of these, okay? So once again, content and quality. One more time, content and quality. One more time, y'all, content and quality. And don't forget to be confident. All right, so next up here, lesson number 4. This is actually really big, okay? This is probably one of my biggest things because this is originality, y'all. This is excitement, and this is enthusiasm, and this is animation, okay? These are freakishly... Okay, how do I word this? These are freakishly gigantic things, okay, that podcasters have to have. If you don't have this, you're kind of... I don't want to say lacking, but you're not going to do the best. Who seriously wants to sit and listen to some guy goes, Bueller? You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. No hate to Ben Stein. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I don't think that was him in real life. I don't know, maybe it was. I don't know. But I doubt he was actually like, they just wanted to be boring, okay? They wanted to make a boring voice. But regardless, be excited, gosh dang it. Be excited. If you're not excited for your own content, then who in the heck is going to be excited for it? Because it starts with you. If you're not excited, if you're not trying to kaboom, throw us out there and throw a fire, rawr, and ring the bell and, freaking, do all that good stuff. One more time. I said, ring the bell. Thank you. Okay. If you're not out there blowing whistles. Okay. Okay. You get what I'm talking about, y'all. A little thunder. Okay. Anyway, what I'm saying is if you don't have that enthusiasm, then what are you doing? If you're not excited for your own show, then who on God's green earth is going to be excited for your show? Because I'll tell you right now, if you aren't excited for you, then I don't think anybody else is going to be excited for you. You jump on the mic and you're like, Well, today, the Dodgers they beat the Giants, and it was a good game. It was a they went to 10 innings, and what's his name? Oh, that guy they just signed. Mookie Betts. Yeah, he had a walk off, and it was cool. Anyway, the Padres also played. No, come on, man! Like, what's wrong with you? Like, no, get excited, get enthusiastic, get animated. I won't ever say that an extroverted person can do more than an introverted person. And I won't ever say that an introverted person can do more than an extroverted person. Those are two different people, two different personalities that are they can work together like peanut butter and jelly, okay? And on top of that, one of the biggest things is those are two different traits. Like you can use those to your advantage. I feel that as an extrovert, that's a hard one to figure out, right? I feel as an extrovert, you need to be excited. I mean, you need to just let it out. If you're already an extroverted person, then podcast is probably for you anyway. Okay, but let it out, gosh dang it. Do you, be animated, be you, but create your persona. Do what you do, enjoy it. Okay, have fun. That is one of the biggest things you can ever do is have fun. My gosh, if you're not having fun, then what are you doing? See what I mean? So that's a big thing. You need to make sure it's all about the deliverance, okay? And you're gonna have things. There is this really cool theory, okay, that I absolutely love. And I want to say this to the end, but gosh dang it, I cannot help it. I can't help it. I am so excited. And why? Because it's such a cool theory, okay? So I had to take a look at my notes here. But this is in the cybernetic tradition, okay? And the cybernetic tradition of communications is very simple. It's receiving. It's how somebody receives a message. So there's a tradition that I absolutely love in this tradition. And this tradition, this tradition is called the social judgment theory. Okay. So think of it like this. My show. Hey, it's that really loud guy that likes to get excited about sports. Okay. I'm going to send this person the link. Okay. Cool. This person A, could be like, hey, I like this guy. He's pretty cool. This is different. This is fun. Okay, I like it. Person B, send away. Oh my gosh, this person's way too loud. They're annoying me. I can't listen to this. Okay. Person C. Cool. What do you think about the show? It's okay. I like it. Okay. But is it like, do you really like it? It's not my favorite, but it's cool. We listen to it again? Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. Depending. If I ever hear it again, I'll probably listen. If I don't, I don't really care. Those are three different people, okay? You have acceptance, you have rejection, and you have somebody who just simply doesn't care, okay? So we call it, of course, let me take a look at my little paper here, of course, but, okay, so once again, it's called non-commitment, sorry. So acceptance, rejection, and non-commitment. Once again, that is a social judgment theory of communications. That's a big thing because you have those people who are going to accept and just like, yeah, like we love this. This is the greatest thing in the world. I'm so gung-ho about this. I want more. And you got people who just like simply just don't like it. It doesn't matter about those people. The person, the type B people or the example B here, no one cares because you're gonna have people who don't like you, who don't enjoy your content, who don't, no matter what you do, you can have the best content in the world. You could have the best quality, and maybe your hair distracts them and they just can't watch you. The smallest thing, people are going to be nitpicky. It doesn't matter. You can't satisfy everybody. But my biggest thing is to, once again, be excited, be animated, be original, be yourself, be who you are. Because if you can do your thing, if you can be excited and enjoy yourself with having fun and making your content and your quality and your confidence all one big awesome podcast, then do you. And that's all there is to it. Okay. So that is a big thing. Okay. So I think personally, that's actually really big. Okay. So overall, you need to be excited. Being animated is fun. You see me, I'm animated, having fun. I'm here talking, whatever, just flapping, flapping my gums, having fun here, whatever. I like this. This is fun to me. So let me do what I do. If you don't like it, you're gonna have to listen. Turn it off, man. Get up out of here. I don't need you here. See what I mean? That's all there is to it. But if you want to enjoy it, you want to be here, then hey, man, welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Enjoy. Let's have some fun here. That's all there is to it. Maybe the person who didn't like it will come back later. Maybe the person who doesn't care won't care, or they will, or they won't. Or people who like you may not like you one day, or people who rejected you may like you one day. Who knows? But all we know was the moment, right? So let's enjoy it and do our thing and be animated. Be animated, be original. The biggest thing I think you can do is be original. Because if you're like everybody else, let's just say you're trying to talk, like, okay, like let's say we have broadcasters on TV, or the experts, okay, on certain sports channels. And you jump on your podcast and you start trying to talk just like that person. Okay, so now we have somebody that isn't on a mainstream television network talking just like somebody who is. And that person, at least, is original. Maybe they stole it from somebody, who knows. But maybe they are original. So now we have somebody who's trying to steal that person's persona. Yeah, that's nice. See what I mean? So it's like, it's kind of annoying. It really is. It's really annoying when somebody else is trying to be somebody else, right? So be yourself. Be original. Do not ever try to feed into anybody else. Yeah, you can have fun with phrases and everything like that. I get it. But when it comes down to it, be original. And originality is a big thing in podcasting, y'all. You need to be original. Once again, excitement. You need enthusiasm. If you're not excited for your show, then nobody's going to be excited for your show. If you're not animated, give a little animation. Have fun. Talk some crap, get some feedback, talk back, have fun, but be animated. Make sure that you're sitting there cracking jokes. You're trying to get people to enjoy you, but you're not trying too hard. It's just natural. It should come natural to you. And then you have originality, where you're trying to get people in, and you're once again being yourself. You're getting your own phrases. You're saying your own things. You want to make sure you can draw people in with what you're doing, because, well, if you're not trying to do that, then what are you podcasting for in the first place? Okay, so that's an extrovert. An introverted person is very simple. You don't need to be this loudmouth, crazy, psycho, eyes bulging out of your skull, drinking 4 gallons of coffee. Good Lord, can you imagine that? Okay, anyway, that's just too much. But what happens? What happens when you're just not the most talkative person, and you're just not so animated, and you just don't have any of that, and you're like, well, then what the hell? What am I even trying for? I like podcasting. This is really cool, but no, you can podcast your own way. Okay, you can be excited about your own content in a different way. Be excited. Talk to your listeners, and show them. Express your excitedness in different ways. Get really into it. Do a little history lesson. Pull some things out from that to let people know, like, oh, they did the research. This is really neat. I like this. Is interesting. They really like what they do. This is really cool. They love this topic. This is sweet. I love this. Cool. You can be animated. Okay, you don't have to be like boom, 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 fireworks, like I said earlier. Okay, ring the bell, blow the whistle, hit the applause, and freaking sound the thunder. You don't have to do all that, y'all. You don't have to. You don't have to do that. You don't. But what do? You be animated in different ways. Yeah, make a wisecrack. Yeah, say, have fun with your people in the chat room, or whatever. You can be animated in different ways. Crack some jokes, have some fun, be yourself. And of course, be yourself. That goes right into originality. And then once again, be original. You don't have to be a complete, like I said, bulging eyeball person talking like crazy loud like I do. But when it comes down to it, you need to understand that originality is going to conquer both those two things. Okay, the excitement and the animation is going to come with you being original. Maybe being original and excited. Maybe being excited and animated is your originality. Maybe being excited and animated in a different way is your originality. I'm just saying those are some helpful hints and some tools there. Okay. So next up, this is pretty big. Knowing your target audience. Okay, well, know your target audience. This is huge. Well, why in the world would you ever want a podcast if you don't know who you want to talk to? I'm sorry, but I'm going to say, if you give yourself like a thought on what you want to do, well, what do I want to talk? I want to talk sports. Well, yeah. Okay, you want to talk sports? That's great. Maybe you shouldn't try to reach out to people who maybe aren't into sports. See what I mean? So target audience is huge. You have to know who you're trying to go after. You have to know who you're trying to talk to. You have to know, you want people to like you, right? You want people to get into your podcast. You want people to get into what you're doing, right? Well, it's very simple at that point in time. If you can have somebody enjoy your content, then your target audience is not far away. What I mean by this is a target audience is an audience that serves as people who like and enjoy everything about you. Now, don't get this confused for people who are just liking you or enjoying you because the fact that, hey, there's something personal that's tied to you. Okay. So for instance, and this is something that I love, the accessibility theory the accessibility theory in communication. This is probably one of my all-time favorite shuffling through my papers or my notes, but my I forgot what what do you call it? What tradition it was in. Is it okay, let's take a look here. But the accessibility theory, regardless, is one of my all-time favorite theories in communications. Well, why is that? Because accessibility theory is something that, okay, here it is. Sorry, y'all. It is in the phenomenological tradition of communications. And with the phenomenological tradition of communications is all about experience. It's experiencing something. So for instance, Cam, in this theory, the accessibility theory is very simple. You guys up listening right now, you could like me because I'm probably your friend. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, what's going on, y'all? Appreciate y'all. Showing some love. Appreciate y'all. But at the end of the day, y'all are cool, and we maybe know each other, and you're just supporting me. That's really cool of you, and thank you for that. What about those who aren't? What about those who you're trying to attract as an audience? You're gonna have people who are gonna listen to you no matter what, because maybe they're your mother, your dad, your brother, your sister, your cousin, your close friends. Okay, your significant other, your I don't know, people who just think you're cool. Okay, guess what? They're gonna support you no matter what. Accessibility theory is very simple. This could be someone's favorite show, but why? Maybe because we're related, or because of any deal like that. Okay, the accessibility theory is very simple. They're going to go back to something because of that tie. That's all there is to it. There's a tie for the broadcaster to the listener, and they're going to always tune in no matter what, just because they want to support you. Okay, that's pretty cool, right? The accessibility theory. There's something there. There's a tie to you or to whatever it is. You can use that in like regular life, wherever. Like if you like a restaurant, that restaurant may not be the best to somebody else, but to you it's amazing. Well, why? Maybe I don't know. Maybe you had a really good time there with your significant other, or your friends, and your significant other and your friends, and you had a really good night there, and you had a steak that night, and guess what? Now that place is probably the place that you always want to go for a good steak. And whoever asks you, like, hey, you know where I can find a good steak? Absolutely, this place over here. You know what? It may not be the best steak, but at the end of the day, all you can really go with is the fact that you just had such a great time that night, or that steak was really good because I don't know, maybe a relative works there, or a friend works there, or see what I mean? Like, it's all there is to it. It may or may not be to everybody. Okay. More than likely, it's going to not be, because you can't please everybody. But at the end of the day, that's a big thing. That's knowing your target audience, though. You're going to have people who are going to just gravitate towards you no matter what for some specific reason. And you're going to have those who just don't know you. So you want to target those who do know you. Who don't know you. You, of course, want people who do know you to support you. But at the end of the day, you want to be able to target everybody. So know who you're talking to. If you're going to talk to sports fans, we'll talk to sports fans. If you're going to talk to, who knows, like I told you earlier, a child development podcast, well, then maybe you want to target moms. Dads too. I'm saying, you can target parents. Okay, if you're going to target whoever. Okay, the biggest thing is knowing who you're talking to. And if you can target those people, just send them a link. Hey, check out my show. Like, you seem like you're into this on Twitter. Like, here you go. I know it's spamming, but regardless, is what it is. What's it going to hurt for somebody with these? Either they do like it or they don't, or they don't want to listen to it, or whatever. Who cares? At the end of the day, if somebody does, you may gain a listener. So that's a big thing, okay? And hashtags, of course, today are huge. So your target audience hashtags, of course, when you put something out there. So overall, y'all, that is basically everything for today. But I do want to get a little bit of a recap in here. So let's go ahead and get a little bit of recap for today. All right. So first things first, the podcast, it's significant. Why? Because gosh dang, the convenience, it's everywhere. It's like freaking gas. Like it's everywhere at one time. Like it's all over the place. So guess what? You're going to need, I'm sorry, you're going to, want to get into podcasting because everybody, it's the big hype right now. Of course, it's been around for a while, but over the last 10 years, it has gotten way bigger, or yeah, somewhere right around there. It had an incline and a decline, then it's up again. Regardless, though, it's big. The significance is huge in why we do this, why people podcast, and of course, the background of podcasting. While the internet really helped revolutionize it. Okay, self-exposure, okay, and opportunities in podcasting from all sides. Get yourself out there, enjoy it, create your podcast, do your content, have fun with it, do your thing. But at the same exact time, know that you're marketing yourself, you're marketing your network, whoever you're with or whatever you're doing, and understand that it's not just, it's all about you of what you're doing, of course, and your network, whoever you're working with. But at the end of the day, understand that you're also reaching out for those opportunities of sponsorship and stuff like that. Because don't forget, it's all sides. It is an all sides thing. You're not just doing this to try and impress somebody. You're doing this to see who you can pull in as listeners. I mean, I guess it was a little bit of impressing people, because guess what? Once you do impress them and pull some listeners in, a bunch of listeners, guess what? You're going to get that support you're going to get monetization, where you're going to get ads and everything, and you can start making money on these things. So I'm just saying, it's something that, YouTubers do and podcasters do. It is what it is. So once again, understand that it's a platform for all sides, okay? Don't ever think that, oh no, well, it's just me, I have to make the greatest podcast ever, or no one's ever going to listen to me, or no. Understand that the big companies, they want more exposure. So at the same exact time you put good content out there, they're going to approach you. They're going to want to see you. They're going to see your views and your listens and everything. So don't ever be afraid to think like, oh, well, hey, my show isn't doing this good, or it's doing great. Don't get arrogant, but at the same exact time, don't shoot yourself down if things aren't going so well. So understand that it's a two-sided thing. Okay, it's a two-way street. It really is, and they both feed on each other. So just know that companies need you too. So step your game up and get them to sponsor you. See what I mean? So at the end of the day, there you go. So we are all, okay, so sorry, what are effective strategies? Well, very simple. Be confident. Remember, let's be confident now. Okay, confidence is key. Don't go into a game saying we lost, okay, or we're going to lose. Go in and be confident. Have good content. The better the content, the better the show. Have good quality. My gosh, once again, no, in the background, whatever. Do your best to have your best content you can. If you don't have it, you don't have it, whatever. But remember, bad quality won't ever, good content won't ever substitute fully for good quality. It may, but after a while, people are going to still want something good and solid to listen to. And if there's no quality there, they may like a couple of your shows and just get tired of the background noise or whatever it may be. Remember, quality always isn't the microphone and everything that goes into it. It's also what's going on in the background and all these things. Can you cannot help those? Well, it is what it is, and just try to see what you got. See what you can do. Regardless, do your best to have good quality. Be excited, be animated, be original. Don't try to be somebody else. If you're an extrovert, enjoy it. If you're an extrovert, ride the wave of being excited and enthusiastic. Be animated, but be original. Don't try to be somebody else. If you're introverted, use your excitement and animation in a different way. Pull up some facts. Do something that's gonna get yourself out there. People are gonna like you and listen to you. Just enjoy it. Trust me. Just give it a shot. See what you think. See what you think your own animation can bring you. If you're introverted, be animated. Tell some jokes. Don't laugh at them. Be sarcastic. You know what I mean? Have fun with it. Use your personality to your advantage. Boom. And then, of course, know your target audience. Know who you're talking to. If you're going to talk sports, talk sports. If you're going to talk child development, talk to parents. If you're going to talk about, I don't know, cheeseburgers, because I love a good cheeseburger. Oh, I love a good cheeseburger. Then talk to people who like cheeseburgers. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, just do what you do, enjoy it, and just know that you're talking to people who are wanting to hear content. At the end of the day, maybe you have a fellow podcaster listen to them, promote their content. Maybe that can help promote yours. And that's a big thing here. So at the end of the day, y'all, that is that. So there you have it, y'all. Tonight's first lesson is in the books. This is actually pretty cool. I'm glad I did this. This is gonna be going on now for a while. We may or may not be doing a lot of weekly things here at IE Sports Radio U, but I'm gonna get a lot of my other colleagues in here as well to go ahead and do some of these and give some lessons and their thoughts and experiences and everything, what they can help. Because to me, this is the big thing. So somebody who's thinking about doing a podcast can come on here and check it out and see what we listen to these, hear these podcasts. We're on Spreaker.com as well right now on the podcast reel. Of course, or you're listening right here face to face on StreamYard or on YouTube, or of course on Facebook live on our live page. But or my personal one. But at the end of the day, y'all, that is a big thing. So big ups to my boy Taryn, man. I'm telling you, he's my right hand man, Nice Sports Radio. This is great lesson, Larry. Very informative. Thank you, Taryn. And hopefully you took something from that, man. Taryn is also a great podcaster as well. He hosts Set Point on IE Sports Radio, our volleyball show, talking all volleyball, literally from high school all the way up to the pros. Awesome stuff, y'all. College, AVP, awesome stuff. And of course, the SoCal Supreme Sports Show, talking all sports in Southern California. He does a really good job of that, y'all. So once again, see, we have some great content here at IE Sports Radio. Just show us some love. Get on over to iesportsradio.com. Okay. This one right here is iesportsradiou.com, which will be up in a few hours. But I gotta design it and make it. But overall, y'all, my biggest thing here, I just want to leave you with, have fun and enjoy yourselves, y'all. Okay, you want some examples? Get on over to iesportsradio.com. Go ahead, get on over there. Get on over. I'll see you over there. Actually, I won't, but get on over there. Listen to some of our podcasts. Let us know. Listen to everybody else's different personalities. I love listening to our different personalities. Okay, I love listening to the different people that we have. I love it. I think it is amazing that we have all these different types of personalities and things going on in our platforms. In our podcast, because it makes us who we are. So don't ever be afraid to be you. Okay, so go ahead and listen to the different introductions that we have. Okay, the different content we have, the different things, how we talk, how we are, how our personalities, how we use this to our advantage. Listen to all those things. We have a lot of things to critique. All of us do. I'm not perfect. Tonight's podcast, whatever you want to call it, here tonight, I could have done better on. It is what it is. But you want to be your own worst critic. I was going to say enemy, but you don't want to be your own worst enemy. You want to be your own worst critic. But regardless, there you have it. So get on over to iesportsradiou.com. Probably tomorrow morning. We got videos, blogs, upcoming podcast lessons to help you with your podcast. To help you take your podcast to the next level. Enjoy it. So have fun. Get on over there. Like I said, you're going to see more videos of me over there. You're going to see all kinds of stuff. I'm going to write some blogs and everything. Got a lot to do. But regardless, this is a really fun thing. I'm so glad I got to do this. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is IE Sports Radio U. That's right, y'all. We are going to be doing this. I really want some of my colleagues to get on here and generate some more content and to get what they think out there and to help people out. Because if you think that podcasting is a cool concept, if you think it's fun, then get out there and do it. And if we can help you out, you know what? A helping hand does a lot. And I'm so excited that we are able to even do that. So this platform here, StreamYard and Spreaker and all these awesome platforms, they're giving us that opportunity. So with that said, y'all, that is going to do it for tonight. Thank you all so very much for tuning in and listening to me blab for an hour and 8 minutes. And there you have it, y'all. So with that said, this will be the conclusion of my capstone podcast. But don't fear, y'all. I'm not just doing this for the grade. I mean, of course, I want a good grade. But we're going to continue this thing. The IE Sports Radio U is going to continue. I wanted to make this thing big and have fun with it. And most of all, help people who just may want to get their hand into podcasting, but maybe not have an example or may not understand it fully or may just need some pointers. And there you have it. So with that said, y'all, that will be that. I will see y'all in about a week or so. We'll see around there if I have time for this. Tomorrow, catch me on the Defining Moment. I'll be right here live and in color, y'all. At 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern, right here on StreamYard, and of course right here on Spreaker.com. Check out IE Sports Radio. Go get you a shirt. Enjoy it, y'all. I got some hats here. We got hats. We can make beanies. We got tank tops. We got women's shirts, women's tees. We got hoodies. We got long sleeves, all kinds of stuff. So show us some love. Check us out. Oh, here we go. As a matter of fact, hey, I didn't even notice, y'all. get yourself a hat. There we go, y'all. Get yourself an IE Sports Radio hat. Hey, show us some love, y'all. At the end of the day, this is what it all comes down to. We love what we do. And as you can see, y'all, being enthusiastic, showing it, it says so much, y'all. It really does. So with that said, y'all, that is gonna do it for tonight. But go ahead, show us some love. You can give me your boy Larry B a follow on Twitter at the THE_LB53. Once again, that is at THEE_LB53. Of course, check us out at iSports Radio on Twitter at iSports Radio. Check out all of our shows on there. We have a list, so you can check those out. I think it's public on lists, and you can see all the shows that we have on there. But or just scroll down the list, the feed and see all the shows that we retweet and everything. Those are all mostly all of our shows there. Of course, check everybody out. Show us some love, y'all. Check out USRN as well. They're awesome. Ultimate Sports Radio at USRN Radio and WSR WS Radio, Wellington Sports Radio. Awesome stuff there. And UNB. I guess UNB. Joey Gucciardo over there. Joey Gucciardo doing his thing. So big ups to everybody, of course. Matt Owens, Seth Eves, and Pierre Moss, all people running those other networks that we collaborate with, and those are our partners. So gotta always show them some love. And big ups to the iSports Radio family. Y'all, with that said, that is gonna do it. I am out of here for the night. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and hopefully you will be back for more. Once again, y'all, this is me, your boy Larry B, signing off. I will see y'all next time. Until then, take care. And as always, God bless.